Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, these girls are looking pretty sad. They're a little dry, and they need to be transplanted. So here I'm just putting some soil in the bucket, and you can see that the soil itself is not really dry. It's a little bit wet. Now we're going to stick a planter cup in there just to give me an outline of where I'm going to replant this particular herb. Here we go. Look at that. All nice, tidy in there. I don't compact the soil at all. I will once I put the plant in there. I'll put a little bit of soil on top of it, and you'll see that I'm just going to basically just give it a little bit of a push down once the plant is in here. I try to keep a bucket of soil that's quite moist, or a tub of moist soil, and all I'm using here is ProMix HP. There's no additives. There's nothing, but the ProMix comes with mycorrhiza in it, and you can see here I'm opening up a package of Dynamyco, which is also a mycorrhiza. Now what this is going to do is just going to help the plant acclimate to its new home, because we are going into a bigger pot here. This is a 1.5 gallon pot. And all I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit in. You don't need very much of this stuff, and I kind of went a little overboard on this one, as my wife reminded me. And here we go. Now I'm going to support the plant by taking it and putting it between my two fingers here, and just support it so that it doesn't all fall apart. I'm just giving the planter a little bit of a squeeze and tapping it on the bottom to loosen up this outside, because as you were going to see here, we got a little bit of root ball and no root rot. The roots look healthy, but this is really dry in comparison. You can see the color difference. It's very, very brown, and because HP is mostly a peat, when it dries that sort of brownish color. Now I'm just lightly sprinkling some Dynamyco here on the root ball itself, and you can see the roots actually come all the way around this particular plant. Again, I get a little heavy-handed. I really need to get myself a little spoon. Oops, a little too much there, and some on the bottom, because there's a lot of roots on the bottom of this one. So we're just going to gently drop it in its hole, its new home, and you'll see it push it down there a little bit. And then just bring some of that soil over top. And I just don't feel like I've got enough soil in there on the top, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. And I typically do this just to give the plant a little extra when it goes to settle. After you water this stuff quite a bit, it tends to settle and compact itself, and that's just because of the weight of the water. Here I am just kind of, lightly pressing down around the plant just to seed it really nice, clean off the bottom. You don't want to take all that extra soil with you. And there we go, one plant, all transplanted. Now we want to prepare our water, so you can see here I just use normal tap water, which I pull out of a bucket that I've had a stone in, and then 7.8, that's quite high. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of pH down and just throw a few drops in there. I think I put about 5 or 6 drops in there. Get rid of the rest, and then go ahead and just give it a swirl, and then we should be almost right in our range. There we go, 6.7.6 or 6.76. That's good enough for me. So now I'm just going to take some of that water. I'm not going to use it all. I'm just going to take some of it, and I'm just going to put a little bit of water around where that plant base is, the root ball that we just put in there. And because the rest of the soil already has moisture in it, I'm not going overboard. I'm just watering it a little bit, and that's all there is to it. Now, the last thing to do is adjust the light in the tent. This is the Mars Hydro 2x2 tent with the Mars Hydro TS1000. Thank you again to Mars Hydro for sponsoring this series. The TS1000, that thing is a powerful little light. Right here we've got it turned up to about 75%, because that's what they say it should be in veg. Oh, I gotta go this way. There we go. Yep, that's me. Let's bring that down just a hair. All right. Hey, welcome to the first layer. My name's Richard. You guys know who I am. I am your doctor or physician of 3D printing problems. And I'm here to put you on the couch and asking you to tell me your issues today. Okay. Let's say hi to Jose Ferreira. He was the first today. Welcome, Jose. Then we've got Dominic Rossetto. Morning, everybody. Tim Postma was second to like. He made a point of that. And then there's Non-Fan. And let's keep going here. We've got 10 people watching right now. And hey, there's Rennie Wilson. Welcome, Mr. Wilson. Need a psychiatrist. Yes, I need a psychiatrist. So, but I am going to have a little afternoon bubbly here. Hey, Devin, sup, dude? I'm doing well. Music is a tad loud. Okay. Well, we can bring that down. Thought I had brought it all the way down. There we go. Is that better? Hey, there's my buddy Mark L. Baker. There's Matt German. Joseph Jolly's here. Good afternoon, all, he says. Yeah, we're in the countdown now to Maker Faire. Maker Faire is happening this coming Saturday and Sunday, May the 13th and 14th at the BMO Center here in Calgary, Alberta from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., I believe, both days. Let's say hello to Randy. He's here, and yeah. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Tim Postma says, "Did you notice the increase in demand for PLA to the point that it hits industry?" I have noticed there's been an increase in PLA. People have been wanting more PLA recently. There is more PLA on the horizon for every company, so I'm just going to say be patient. I know that filaments.ca, because I spoke with them this week, they are in head over heels production right now, so you're going to see a lot more products appearing on their page. I also noticed on the Polymaker site that there was a lot more Polymaker stuff going on as well. And Polymaker's got way more colors now in multiples of their different product lines showing up on the Polymaker Canada site. So there is a great increase in production. So you're going to start seeing things come down. I apologize for the screen just clicking out there, but we are going to see more material on the horizon within this next quarter coming up. So it's going to be easier to get more product. So yes. Let's see. Matt says he can't hear me. He should be able to hear me now. Renee says his neighbors were dancing for a minute. Well, that's okay. They're allowed to dance. Hey, there's Jeff from the Poor Boy channel. And yeah, morning, Dominic. Yeah, we're on the countdown to Maker Faire, and I can't tell you how much or how excited I am to be a part of not only behind the scenes at Maker Faire this year, but also being out and meeting everybody that's going to be coming by the Maker Faire this coming weekend. We've got a lot of stuff to give away. Tim and I are teaming up at the Maker Faire this year. We've combined our booths to be one big booth of 10 feet by 20 feet. We are directly beside Prusa Research. So Prusa has got a nice big booth. We're right beside them. So we'll get some great footage there. Tim and I are planning on doing a number of different live streams. So we're probably going to each do our own live stream on Saturday and each do a live stream on Sunday. We're both also going to try and get some quick little shorts that we'll stream from our phones or whatever. So we hope that you guys will keep keep it tuned to both the DeWitt channel and the First Layer channel here on YouTube next weekend, because you're going to see us come on and go off and come on and go off. It's going to be a great time. As you saw at the top of the show, for those of you that were here early, my Voron is printing really well. Right now it is printing the last 2 pieces that I need to make this, in my mind, complete. It is printing 2 handles so I can get a handle on my printer. Ba-dum-ba. That was bad. But the purpose of this show is ask for help, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to help you as best I can with anything that you're having problems with in regards to your 3D printing adventure. That means your hardware, your software, or your filaments. I am going to be covering, as we get out of Maker Faire, you're going to see several episodes for Maker Faire after it is finished. The Ask for Help show will be back the following Sunday. There won't be a technical Ask for Help on the 14th because, first of all, it's Mother's Day, and second of all, we're not going to have a lot of time to answer questions while we're there on air. So we are going to be streaming from our booth, so it will be a lot of fun. And Jess Corniching is going to be joining us in our booth. Jess has decided that she wants to help out. And for you longtime viewers, hey, there's Ben E. Brady. For you longtime viewers will know Jess. She's been around for a long time. She hasn't been on the show for quite a while, but she has been doing a little bit of stuff behind the scenes, and I'm so happy that she's coming out to help us in the booth and talk to people about 3D printing. She's going to be showing off the Latch Buddy, which is a product that her and her father developed to help people with either disabilities or the elderly or people who just always seem to be going through their back gate with a lot of stuff in their hand. By pushing this little plunger, it'll open up the gate, and it's a great little product, and we're going to talk a little bit about that at Maker Faire next week. Stuff I've got in front of me, let's talk a little bit about that. Let me first see what we got going on here. Poor boy says, dang it, I thought I was done, but just made me realize I don't have a handle on my printer. I'm sorry. Hey, there's David Vera. Hi, David. Welcome to the show. You'll need plenty of stout handle, Jeff. Well, okay, you might need a stout handle. Tim Postma says, I meant for you to bring up every 3D prints you should clean your nozzle. Yeah, you should clean your nozzle. I don't know about every 3 prints. I would say every time you're changing your filament, I would clean my nozzle. That's always a good thing. If you don't have a brush, and I'm going to go through all the features on the new Voron that you guys will see from Maker Faire. I'm going to go through all the features that I put onto it, including the lights, the brush to clean my nozzle automatically before it starts to print, the Nevermore, which I just finished printing today, so I have to put in some fans to it. I'm going to show you guys that in just a little bit. Coca here. Okay, hello. Quick question regarding line width. I use a 0.4 nozzle and calibration for 0.4 line width. Why do I see people calibrating to 0.45 line width so often? Should I be 2? That's actually a really great question. And the reason that people are going a little wider on that first layer, especially, is because they want to get they want to make sure that it's adhered down to the bed. If you've got no problems adhering down to the bed, then you can leave it at 0.4. You don't need to go up to 0.43, 0.45, because all you're creating there is what we call an elephant's foot. And it's really squishing out material on either side. So you're trying to force more material through than the nozzle is really capable of. So you're going to get almost like a little, think of it like when your car goes down a muddy drive. It creates a little mound on either side of your tire, right? That's the same idea of what your nozzles do when it's pushing out a little bit more plastic. And it's connecting those two push outs as each line, depending on how many lines you have in your outer walls. So is it necessary? No. If you're getting good adhesion to your bed, I would say don't change it. Stay at 0.4 if it's working for you. If you do need to get a little bit more squish out of it, just up it by, you know, just a couple of 100. So if it's 0.45, you may want to, or 0.40, you may want to go to 0.42 or even 0.43. Going up to 0.45, I don't think is completely necessary. David says he has a nice set of handles on his 250 Trident. His 350 is a little too big in his opinion. I actually have handles that I put on another 350 not too long ago. Ben still working on the Clack Ender probe here today. Oh, good. I hope that's going well for you. The Poor Boy channel just sent you a GitHub link to the handles I have on my Trident over on Discord. If you're not a member of a Discord, thank you for reminding me about that, Jeff. If you're not on our Discord, please go over or pardon me, David, thank you for reminding me. If you're not a member of our Discord, it keeps popping up here in the chat. So if you're not a member, go over and become a member. It's free, and we're hanging out there all the time, and we're on video chats a lot of time, and we're talking, and we're talking about 3D printing and all kinds of stuff. Hey, listen, while we've got all you guys, because we've got about 21 of you in here now, I want you to please give Tim Postma a happy belated birthday. May the 4th, Star Wars Day, was Tim Postma's birthday. I sent him a little email on his birthday, and I hope that he had a really good one. Everybody say happy belated birthday to Tim Postma, and I do hope that he had a great one. I hope you all think the same. Renee says, so Richard helped me with the tap today. Mine is being very inconsistent, so told me about keeping one screw tight on the bed and leaving the rest of them loose. Yes, on your Voron, even in the manual, it tells you tighten one down and leave the other 3 loose. Not so loose that your bed could come off, but loose enough so that when it's heating up, it has a chance to expand and expand properly. And we're going to be talking more about that in later episodes of the show as we move forward throughout the year. Elephant's foot can be sharper, so yeah, you're right about that, Tim. Tim's referring to the over extrusion on that first layer. Loosening the screws helped, but still nowhere close to the efficient, but it was helpful. Okay. We may have to do a little bit of tuning with you, and that could have something to do with the slop in the tap as well. I have read and heard that there is a little bit of slop in how the tap works. So let's move on. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Benny says, at Printer Prawn, your video helped a lot today. Okay, I missed that video. Hey, there's my buddy DeWitt 3D. We were just talking about you and how you and I are going to be hanging out next weekend, giving away a bunch of stuff. And let's talk about some of the giveaways that Tim and I are going to be doing. So, I'm going to be giving away something very special. And it's not really me. I'm going to say Tim and I are giving away lots of stuff. We're giving away a total of 8 rolls of Polymaker filament over the weekend. We've got, thanks to our friends over at LDO, Jason hooked us up with 3 Orbiter extruders to give away. So we'll be giving those away. We're also going to be giving away a complete set of Voron 2.4 R2 parts. Not all the skirts are done because we don't know what size printer you may want to build, whether that be a 250 or a 350 or even a 300. So we kind of leave the skirts out, that kind of stuff we leave out. But it is in black and gold, and it looks really, really sharp. If you've seen any of my little shorts this past week about it, you'll know that it looks really sharp. Now, we're going to be giving away tickets. 1 ticket to every person that comes by the booth. You'll get a chance to put it in one of two draws. If you want some of the Polymaker filament, you can put your ticket in there. If you want one of the orbiters or the Voron 2.4 parts, there will be a ticket, a box for those tickets as well. And one ticket per person. So if you got 5 people in your family, they all get a ticket, but they all have to be there to get a ticket. You can't come by and grab a ticket for everybody in your family. They have to be with you. They have to be present. And those draws will be taking place throughout the days, both Saturday and Sunday. And you'll have to be there to win. So if you are in the Calgary area and you're planning on coming to the show and visiting us and grabbing a ticket to try and win something, by all means, make sure that you are there to win the prize. Because if you're not, then we're just going to draw for somebody else. Now, Tim and I are going to be giving away burr puzzles all weekend. These are free. This is a big one. Unfortunately, the ones that you're going to be getting aren't going to be that big. They will be little guys, just like this. But they are burr puzzles. Now, mine fit a little tighter than Tim's. Tim's go together pretty loosely. Mine actually go together pretty tight. So depending on which one you get, there is a QR code inside the flap on the puzzle bag so that you can go in there. If you can't figure out how to solve it, there's a way to go and solve it. And Tim and I both put up videos this week that show you how to solve the burr puzzle. You're also going to see my friends here, my Makey robot friends that I built using the Oto builder and the Oto robot base. And this one over here, this one has to be plugged in. So we're going to plug it into a laptop, set it up so that kids can come and learn how to program this little guy and make him do little dances. And then we've got this one that's already pre-programmed. He's got a battery in him, so all I got to do is charge him up. Of course, I'm going to have some beavers there. Of course. I will also be showing off this piece. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to actually just switch cameras here. Let's go to camera 3 so you guys can see this a little bit better. So this guy right here, you may have seen him on pictures this week over on Facebook and so on. This is the death whistle that was featured in Ghostbusters Afterlife. The latest Ghostbusters movie that came out. Now, this is not the one that appeared in the film, but it is the closest replica that you're ever going to see of this model. Now, this file is not available. There are plenty of different files out there, and I've looked at them all, and they are not accurate to this file. And the reason I know that is because this file, I can't tell you where I got it, but I do have the original file that the prop was printed from. So I know that I'm one of a very small handful of people that has the original file for this particular guy, and I will not be sharing it, so do not ask me to share it. It is just one of those things that I just can't do. And I can't tell you how I obtained the file, but I can tell you that I did help out the production and printed a few of these so they could actually visualize what this was going to look like in real life. So, there we go. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Hey, there's HVAC A to Z. Welcome, welcome. Who else we got going on here? Ben, if you're seeing Richard's shorts, you're peeking in the wrong window. Is that a death whistle? David says, yes, it is. It is a prop. I cannot blow it because it makes no sound. That's a big beaver. Yes, that is a big beaver. This was printed in Polymaker gold and silver PLA. That's their silk PLA. I really like this PLA. I've got some puzzles that are done in it as well. You can see one here. So that will be there for people to solve. Oh, let me put that back together. I'll also be bringing my big die, my big 20-sided die. This was printed in silk dark gold from filaments.ca. So I'll be bringing that. I'll be bringing my Galaxy Black, what is it? This is a gargoyle. I'll be bringing him along. So you'll be able to see all this stuff at Maker Faire. I'll be bringing the X-Wing again this year. I love this model. I still have a lot of work to do on this one, but this is the X-Wing that I printed a few years ago, and I think that it's a really cool model, so I'll be bringing this model along with me. This is actually studio scale, so this is the size of the models that they used while they were making the production of Star Wars, and I think that's really cool. I have one broken tip on it, so I might replace it with some metal. One of the laser cannons. And then I will also be bringing the Fennec Shand helmet that I printed about a year ago and painted up. I still have some weathering detail to do on it, but I'll be bringing the Fennec Shand helmet. This was a big hit last year at Maker Faire. Lots of little kids wanted to wear it. And I really had a good time letting them go ahead and wear this. So we're going to do that again. We'll let them put it on and take pictures with it and that sort of thing. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Does it work? Sound like one? No, it does not. Hey, there's Tom Taylor. Welcome, Tom Taylor. He says, yes, you can print lines wider than the nozzle. Yeah, you can. Up to at least the width of the flat end of the nozzle. Yes, that's absolutely right. Lost in Tech on YouTube has several videos showing the results doing this. Lost in Tech, a great channel. Hey, listen, while we're talking about channels, I want you all to please go ahead and check out Matt German's channel here on YouTube. It's a brand new channel. He's only got a couple videos up. But Matt does some amazing work. He's been a part of our community for a long time. He's been a part of Tim's community over on DeWitt 3D. He's been a part of many other communities. You might have seen him over on our friend Jerry Knapp's channel, 3DHP, who he does a show every week, a roundtable, which is great. I would go and check out his channel. The lithophanes that he is doing and the projects that he's doing are just fabulous, and they're amazing. And you can find his work over on our Discord as well. He's a member over on our Discord. X-copied from the internet. What was X-copied from the internet? I'm not sure what's going on there, Tom. Yeah, they make an awful sound. If you saw Ghostbusters, let's get back to this for a second. If you saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, you'll know that there was a character in that movie. His name was Podcast. Just a young kid. And he grabs this off the shelf in one of the scenes and he asks what it is. And one of the other players in the film says, it's a Mayan death whistle. And he takes it up to his mouth very sneakily and he blows into it. And there's no sound except for me breathing, but they put in the sound effects in it and it was pretty horrific, that's for sure. Tim Postma says the death whistle sound is so poised to scream like someone being sucked in a vacuum like a bug. Joseph Jolly, if you check out the stream elements, it will show you that there is a link to our Discord. What I posted. Okay. All right, Tom. All right. There we go. It is 2:24. I want to thank LDO Motors, BQ3D, Big Tree Tech, E3D, Fadis, 3D Lab Tech, KB3D, Keene Village Plastics, DeWitt 3D Canada, and Build It Basement for all of the help that they gave me in getting the Reynolds Royce Voron 2.4 R2 300 build done. And I'm still waiting for Tim's sticker to put on the side. Tim, I know you're watching, so get me that sticker. I will talk about all the features. We'll go over some of them. I've put case lights into it. The lights on the stealth burner finally work. It only took me 3 tries not to burn them out, but it does work. It does its little dance. I've been playing with the case lights because they are addressable RGB LEDs, and I can get them to change colors, but I still can't get them to dance yet. I got a little bit more research to do. Also put a clicky probe in there with the new PCB clicky probe. We have a nozzle cleaning brush in there. Here's the Nevermore, which I just finished printing this morning. This is a Nevermore cartridge. This part needs a couple of fans, which I have not put in yet. But I will be putting in a couple of fans. And then this is the cartridge that gets all of the carbon pellets, the Nevermore carbon pellets. This goes underneath the bed, then this slides in and magnetically clicks to it. So you can open this up and change the carbon pellets. And on the top of this, it says 50 hours or 30 days, whichever comes first. So 50 hours of printing. And what this is designed to do, it's designed to pull in air through here, force air through the carbon, and then expel it out the end. And why it does that is it's designed to scrub the air inside of your 3D printer, also to keep circulation of that air inside your 3D printer when you've got a Voron. Now these are available in different types. There's a max that can be mounted onto the back of your Voron. Very, very cool. And I can't wait to put this into mine, get some carbon in it. I may not get any carbon in it until after the show, but I will get it in there, and I probably won't set it up completely until after the show, and maybe do a full video on this. But I will be doing another one of these when I do the rebuild on the 350 that's down on the ground over here. The 350 is going to be getting some Polylite ABS blue. We're going to redo all of the parts. It is an original 2.4 Formlabs kit. I think it's one of their first early version kits, so there are some things that aren't perfect on it. I'm going to do my best to clean all that up. I'm going to reprint all of the parts in two-tone blue and rebuild it from the ground up to an R2 spec. It's going to be getting the Fetus Dragon X Voron high flow hot end. It'll have the stealth burner with the lights, with the Clockwork 2. I will be putting a clicky probe into it. I'll be putting, what else will I be putting into it? Probably one of these. It'll get a brush as well. It'll get a 5-inch touchscreen. It will have the Manta M8P 1.1 board along with the CB1 equivalent to a Raspberry Pi CM4. So it'll be a big build, and I'm looking forward to doing that. If you guys would like to see me do that live, please let me know here in the chat today, because I want to get started on that after the show. And once I have all the parts printed, I'll be starting that reconstruction, teardown and reconstruction, and I'll be going over each one of the big tree parts that we're going to be putting into this, so that you guys can understand exactly what's going in, how it all gets wired up, and we'll take it step by step, unlike we did with this Reynolds Royce one that we did in honor of my friend Peter Reynolds. I can't find @Matt German's channel. You should be able to. Is LEO going to send you a position kit to build? I do not know. I have not talked to Jason about that. Or positron kit to build. I hope that he does. I will reach out to him after Calgary Expo or Calgary Maker Faire, and I will see if I can't get one in here. That would be great. I even put a Nevermore in my VCore 200, David says. That's cool. Genius air scrubber. Yes, it is a Genius air scrubber, and I'm going to talk more about the Nevermores later on Is there a real benefit to having the Nevermore? The poor boy channel's asking. I believe there is, because if you're like me and you're going to be printing a lot of off-gassing types of materials, such as ABS, polycarbonate, things like that, I think that having that air scrubber in there is a good idea, because it's going to clean up that air prior to you exhausting it out the back of your printer. So it's going to actually be a much better printer, or a much better air quality for you, especially after you've opened those doors. So I think there is a real benefit to it by taking out those VOCs and not letting you breathe in any of those harsh carcinogens. Yeah, it's a satisfying build as well. Yes, there is. David says yes, or at least bed fans to keep heating the chamber up. Nevermore has the added benefit of cleaning, and yeah, we just talked about that, air inside the chamber. Alteracious, hello Alteracious. Question, is a stealth burner able to go on an Ender 3 Pro? Or what replacement head would you recommend? And the stealth burner, there is an Ender 3 upgrade for a stealth burner out there. If you'd like to see me do that, I will certainly do that in an upcoming video. But yes, there is one out there, and I will go and check that out. Matt says, I'm back. Wife called me. Okay. Hey, there's Max CJ. Haven't seen you around for a while. Snapshot FPV. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There we go. Non-fan put in Matt German's YouTube channel. Please, everybody, go and give him a sub. He's a great guy and a little hard to understand sometimes, but that's just me. I don't do accents sometimes very well, but he's a great guy, and he's got some really cool stuff, and I really recommend that you go and check it out. Where are we? We're at the halfway point of the show, so I want to see more questions if you guys got them. David wants to know what your wife called you, Matt. Not late for supper. Ba-dum-ba. Yeah. You guys don't want to hear my bad jokes. The poor boy says, thanks, non-fam. His YouTube channel or handle is different than his channel name. Anytime Matt subscribing is free. Yes, Matt, subscribing to people's channels is free. And if you are new here, I'd like you to do the same, because that's always fun, you know. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time that I either put up a brand new episode or that I'm going live or any of that kind of stuff. And it is a great way to do things. Let's see what we got going on here. Alteration says, do you have anything special planned for your exhibit at Maker Faire? We have a lot planned. Tim and I will be putting the brand new, or my brand new Voron 2.4 R2 up against the P1P in a couple of different print trials. So you're going to be able to see that, which will be a lot of fun. You'll get to see the P1P in action. I believe Tim's got all of his sides done for it. All of his outer skin 3D printed for it. He can say in the chat if he does or he doesn't, if he's still here. And so we're going to be showing off those two printers. I'll be bringing my Prusa Mark III. Tim's going to be bringing his Prusa Mini. And we'll probably be doing some printing on those as well. I've been playing with lightweight PLA as of recently, and I put up a little short this week this past week on my progress. I'm still not quite there yet. I'm not real satisfied with the prints. I'm still getting a lot of holes in them, so I still have to play with the extrusion on it a little bit. But I am looking so forward to printing off a full Piper Cub plane from 3D Print Lab, which I have the files for. And maybe by next summer we can fly it. Who knows? Our Snapshot FPV says, I ordered a cheap elephant foot trim tool. Pushing away, it works, meant to draw forward to me, digs in like Agnew cat under the bed, which is right way. When you're using a that type of tool, you want to bring it towards you. You don't want to dig in. You just want to let the blade do the work. Have it at the angle that you want it. There's usually a little bump on it, and let me see where mine is. Hang on a sec. Okay, so I've got mine. This is mine. And I'm going to go to this camera right here, camera 3. So we can see that on the top there's this little nodule, right? That's going to ride against your print. And the blade is going to pick up that excess. And I don't really have anything on my desk that I can use it with. But here, we'll just use the bottom of the beaver. So basically you're going to just do that, and you're just going to take off little bits at a time and just follow that contour, okay? If you go like this, your chances are you're not going to get it correctly. You want to draw it towards you to grab that elephant's foot, okay? And that will take it off nice and easy, and you shouldn't gouge your print. But yes, this is a great tool. I love it. I had mine for a long time, and it's a tool that I think everybody that owns a 3D printer should have in their arsenal. This is called, what is this called? There is a name for this. A deburring tool, that's what it's called. It's called a deburring tool. Mine was maybe 12 or 13 bucks. I found mine on Amazon, and it came with 2 blades. So get yourself a deburring tool. That'll definitely help you. Just take it easy and be gentle with it. Lights of Anchor Way, or Arbor Way, I'm sorry. Will there be wagering? Will there be wagering? What type of wagering are you looking for? Not sure. Yes, all printed, just waiting on my acrylic panels to get cut. Hopefully in time for Maker Faire. Okay, so Tim will be having his P1P enclosed. I think he wants to do that to compete against me because mine's fully enclosed. Tim and I have been rubbing each other, or not rubbing each other. We've been teasing each other for quite a bit of time now, going into Maker Faire, and quite frankly, I'm afraid. I think he is going to kick the snot out of me when it comes to some of these challenges that we're going to do. Gentle hand used in the metal industry when it was a tool for die makers. Okay. My deburring tool is an X-Acto blade. Yeah, poor boy, invest into one of these. Believe me, you're going to be much happier. Hey, there's Duff. Welcome, Duff. There is an elephant foot compensation in the slicer you can play with to help with that. I don't typically need a deburring tool. I don't either, but it's good to have. Hit that like button, people, Duff says. Thank you very much, Duff. I do appreciate that. We always want you to hit the like button. Yes, this is much easier than an X-Acto knife. On the print trials, let me go back to what you were asking there a little bit earlier. I know that you did. Okay. Will there be wagering on the print trials? I don't know. We won't be wagering. But if you guys want to have your own betting pool, that's entirely up to you. Yeah. David says, I like the poor boy channel way. LOL. Okay. Tim Postma says, question, what temperature should I heat purge ASA? ASA should be printed right around the same temperatures as ABS. So heat purging, when I heat purge, I usually go about 10 degrees hotter than what it says for the maximum on the roll of ASA. Renee Wilson says, ooh, rubbing each other. Tim's apparently watching Richard Shorts. This is a family show. Nothing like a good rubbing, Alteracious says. A deburring tool is essential for removing brims. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Oh my God, please, no God, please. I don't swing that way, LOL. Ay, ay, ay. I make one slip and look what happens. You really can do 3D printing without a deburring tool. Yes, you can. Or you can't. I believe that you can, but it's a good tool to have. Poor boy says, ain't no bamboo printer gonna smoke a Voron. Oh, I guess bets are being placed now. Will there be a new channel for your... No! Jeez, you guys. That's it, I'm having another drink. You guys disgust me. Actually, you don't. You don't. Not at all. And there won't be another channel. Unless we're making a lot of money. And then we'll have other people rub each other. But I'm getting off topic here. See what you guys do? You get me off topic. It's still 20 minutes left in the show. That's it. Hey, listen, I'm going to be in the Discord after the show. For anybody that is not a member of the Discord yet, you'll find it in the stream elements. Pop-ups that come up every once in a while. They will allow you to become a member of our Discord. It's free. Go in there, show off your prints, ask questions. There's all kinds of great stuff that we do. I'm in there usually every day, and a bunch of other guys are in there. Like Jeff from the Poor Boy channel is over there quite often. Kermit from Build It Basement is over there quite often. Once in a while, we see Tim pop in from DeWitt 3D. Anthony from the Golden Jaguar channel is in there quite often as well. So we're looking forward to having you guys come by and be a part of our Discord. I mean, it's just a fun place. It's not like any other Discord out there. While it is focused on 3D printing, our focus, because we're small enough, is to be able to help you with your questions and learn from each other. And that's really the point of it, is I wanted a community where we could come together. You don't have to come into any of the voice channels if you don't want to. You can just ask questions at any of the other channels. We don't mind. Why is my face so red? Because I'm drinking. That's why. There you go. The Discord just popped up. My face did get pretty red. Okay. Yeah. Mark Baker, I expect to see you and Pam at the Maker Faire next weekend. There's a casino there, so I know you'll come by. So I'm hoping that you will come by and say hi. I haven't seen you in a long time, Mark, and I really look forward to seeing you and your lovely wife, Pam, again. I hope that you can come and hang out with Tim and I and just have some fun, man. Just have some fun. And your other favorite person, Jess Corniching, will be there as well. So, Alteration says, I've been in the Discord for a while, but haven't participated much yet. Well, you should. You should come by and participate a little bit more. It's always fun. We try and get in there. I'm in there every day because I'm at that computer anyway. So I have the Discord open during the day because, first and foremost, I have to be by my computer and on the phone from 7 in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday to Friday, because I am a product specialist for filaments.ca. So if you have a problem with your filament or you're not sure how to get your printer up and running, they usually put you through to me, and I try and solve your problem as best as I can and get you back up and running in the shortest amount of time as I can. So So I'm usually over in the Discord, so if you have some time during the day and you want to hit me up for some questions in the Discord, you certainly can. Poor boy says, I like coming up to Canada and hanging out with you guys. We would love you to come up and hang out with us. I'm learning to use Discord and ended up in the chat feature with Richard, Renee says. He told me how to click the unmute. But that was my first talk on Discord, LOL. Renee, you know, I love the Discord. I think it's a great way to interact with people. And while it's not perfect and it doesn't have a ton of bandwidth, it is still a lot of fun. I ended up there by accident, so kept hearing voices, then realized he was talking to me. We will be there for sure, Mark Baker says. I am so looking forward to that. And I haven't seen, like I said, Mark, I haven't seen you and your wife in so long, and I'd really like to see you and Pam again. Alterations, you should be coming up as well. He does electronics repair on the side, micro soldering, retro game repair, etc. Is it all right if I post some stuff from that hobby in your Discord? Yes, you can. There is a section down at the bottom that is not 3D printing related. So you can go and post in there anything that you'd like that is within reason and family friendly. Because I know if I leave it open to alterations, he's likely to punk me. I've known him for a while too. I've heard voices before. My doctor took care of it. David says, I'm talking about Canadian Discord. Oh, I get there. I get there quicker. Yes, but we'd love to see you come up to Canada. For any of my U.S. friends, we would love to see you guys come up to Canada. There are some things that are in the works that might give us a bit of fun moving into 2024. And 2025, there's some things that we're talking about, and if they come to fruition, you guys will get to know first, because we will announce it both here on my channel and over on the DeWitt 3D channel when we have some concrete notes and some concrete plans in place. But suffice it to say that there might be some more types of festivals coming up. Maybe not this year, but maybe going into 2024 and 2025. So, yeah, we look, I love having my American friends come up here. I mean, that's always fun. And having you guys on the Discord, that's a lot of fun too, because I tend to, because I talk to Jeff from the Poor Boy channel quite often, lately it's been almost every day. I'm starting to pick up his accent. His North Carolinian accent a little bit, and I find myself saying things like he would, and it's not to insult him or to make fun of him in any way, shape, or form. It's just the way I am. If I hear an accent, I can almost pick it up immediately. I've just been that way, and my wife loves it because she loves when I do different accents upstairs and talk into her ear nice and sweetly, and a great little different accent. You know how that is. You know how that can be. But yeah, she loves it. She singing to her, she's not a big fan of my singing. Neither is anybody else. But do you mean, dare I say, Canadian Rub-Off Festival? No, not a Canadian Rub-Off Festival. There's no Rub-Off festivals. Snapshot. Whoops. Yeah, no Rub-Off festivals up here. That's for a different channel. We might have print-offs up here, or paint-offs up here, or build-offs up here. But yeah, we definitely won't have any rub-offs up here. Unless I'm rubbing off on you. Okay, that just came out wrong. I just realized what I said. Yeah. Yeah, your wife loves my accent too. Well, you just give her my love then. Oh, you mean your wife likes your accent? Okay. All right, no problem. Poor boy has a beautiful wife. Absolutely. Dominic says, not that there's anything wrong with that. All right, well, no, there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you're a consenting adult. Lights, lights for of Arbor Way. Yikes. You did that a long time ago. LOL. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I did a lot of offs a long time ago. A lot of offs. But our channel right here, the first layer is back. We're back in a big way. Leading up to Maker Faire, it has been very busy. Busy. I can't wait till it's over. I can't wait to spend some time with Joe Prussia and the team from Prussia Research. I understand that Joe is coming in. I can't wait to spend the weekend hanging out with my best friend Tim from the DeWitt 3D Canada channel, and hanging out with Jess and meeting a whole bunch of brand new people that are interested in 3D printing and 3D printing technology. As always, I'm here to help you guys with whatever I can. I'm learning so much more now about mainsail and clipper and Vorons in general. I have a pretty good grasp on Marlin and other forms of software, and especially slicers. I have a pretty good grasp on different slicers. But I'm here to help you with whatever questions that you might have pertaining to 3D printing, hardware, software, materials, or building. And I will do my best, or even finishing. I've done a lot of finishing in my time, painting and showing you how to get the best finish out of your FDM 3D prints. We're going to talk a little bit more about resin as we move forward this year as well. Renee Wilson says, so Richard, what are your thoughts on carbon fiber filament versus ABS to tighten the tap up a little? Bear in mind that carbon fiber, here's the problem with carbon fiber, is carbon fiber in filament is a powder. It's very seldomly is there a strand in it. And even when there is a strand, because the head lays down filament on top of one another, you're not getting the same type of strength that you would from a weave if you were laying down cloth carbon fiber with a polyester resin. So you're still going to suffer from the breakage that you can get at layer lines. So is there an advantage to carbon fiber over other filaments? Not in my opinion. I've seen it. I don't think it adds any strength benefit to your parts whatsoever. Is it better for heat? Maybe. I think a better product would be going up to a nylon or going up to ASA, something along that line. But carbon fiber, I'm not sold on the carbon fiber strength aspect. Or heat resistance aspect, but I am pretty much sold on copolyesters in your ABS and in your PETG and other filaments that will add strength for sure. Hey, we were just talking about you earlier there, Golden Jaguar. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for coming by. Poor boy says, Clipper is the bee's knees, baby. I love it. I built 2 taps with ASA CF carbon fiber and it works. Okay. Not much different than just ABS or ASA though. Okay. That's exactly what I was saying. There's a Hockle or Hawk. Man, I always get that wrong. Richard, do you use Cura? And if you do you know if there is some sort of measuring tool that I can use to measure 2 points? Yes, I do use Cura, and there is a measuring tool. I believe you'll have to go into the marketplace in Cura to download the extension, but yes, there is one in there that you can use to measure 2 points. I have done it, and I believe I've got it on my Cura on the other machine. Unfortunately, I cannot pull that up. CF filament seems brittle to me. Carbon fiber, yes, because of it is a powder that is going into the actual resin to make that carbon fiber. It is not a strand, so it is going to weaken the overall strength of ABS. I've noticed that ASA just comes out sexy, Duff says. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Built my V-Core out of ASA CF mostly, and it is beautiful. Carbon fiber will give you a matte finish to your filament. So a lot of people like that matte finish. People don't like the glossy finish. Like I look at this piece right here, and this was done in ABS, black ABS, the Polylite ABS from Polymaker, and it does not have a gloss finish to it. It's got more of a satin finish, I think, and I really like that satin finish. To me, that looks the best. Like I look out at the side there, and it's not really glossy, not to me anyway, especially under these studio lights, it's not. Oh, come on, stick around. Yeah, see, I really like it because Golden Jaguar will defend me when I say stupid stuff, or he'll just laugh at me, which he does quite often when I'm on his show. With CF filament, you can print at 0.3 layers and still see no layer lines. It just blends so beautifully, David says. Carbon fiber will blend a little bit better. I will agree with that. As I said, I'm going to be testing a lot of these filaments after Maker Faire. I have a ton of different filaments here from Polymaker that I got specifically for that reason, to test and to, you know, go through it and give you guys my results, see how different they are. I bought all 4 of their different light packages, or their sample packs, and there's a variety of different materials in there, and I'm looking forward to sharing my results with all of you guys. So I hope that you guys will come back and check those videos out when they go up. But in the meantime, we've got lots of stuff that we're going to be showing off at Maker Faire again this year. I will be bringing the Raspberry Pi Google Chrome or Google Home that I built. It won't be functioning, but it will be there to kind of show you how you can use electronics and 3D printing together. Again, the Makeys will be there. Tim and I will be happy to talk to you about anything 3D printed relating. Tim is bringing his robots again, or at least one of them. I think the drink delivery robot he's bringing, if I'm not mistaken. And he's bringing a few other things as well that he's printed. And I can't wait to get through Maker Faire. Have a great time, because I know I'm going to need a little vacation after Maker Faire. So you're going to see some Maker Faire content on this channel following that amazing show for a couple of weeks. But I will be here the following weekend after Maker Faire to do another Ask for Help. We might do a little roundup. I might show a little video from it that didn't make it into regular episodes. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Tom says, I printed with carbon fiber PLA. It had a flat matte surface. Yes, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. Holds my bed for 2 years and counting. Oh, wow. That's cool. That is very cool. David Vera, you want to print CF filaments in an enclosure because CF particles it puts out can be very nasty, okay? And that's where something like this would come in very handy, a Nevermore, to filter all of that air. That would also be a good thing. I could be wrong, Snapshot says, but I swear I heard of a filament that did contain a connected strand of CF. Yes, there is a connected strand of CF. I don't remember what the brand is, but you are going to need a bigger nozzle to use that filament as well, because you're trying to put those strands through your nozzle. So you're going to have to print with a 0.6 or even a 0.8 nozzle in order for it not to clog, because as we know, with wood fiber and with other materials that have those types of additives, they can clog a 0.4 nozzle like there's no tomorrow, and they can do it pretty quickly. So it's something that I would be very cautious about. Make sure that you have the right nozzle. Poor boy says, sweet. Maybe that's my print looks so bad. CFPA 6. I've been trying at a 0.2 layer height. I should try 0.25. Yeah. There's Marcel Demers. Hi. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. It's 3 o'clock already. Holy cow. Yeah, 0.6 nozzle would work very well with carbon fiber that had anything that's got an additive like that. I prefer to use a bigger nozzle. Like if you're using wood based filament, if you're using carbon fibers, if you're using anything that's got an additive, glow in the dark, you're going to need to have yourself a hardened steel nozzle. If you've got metal flakes in it, you're going to need yourself a hardened steel nozzle or a stainless steel nozzle. You want to make sure that those materials, those additives, can move through the nozzle freely and not clog things up. But if you do get a clog, there's always this, the No Clogger. Now, No Clogger is not a sponsor of this show. I did buy my own. I bought one for Tim as well, and I've used it once. This thing works amazing. It because of the way that the tip is designed, it is at a point, so you can actually get right down to the hole in the nozzle and force out anything that is in there. This thing works great. Really like it. And for the money, I think it was pretty cheap. I got 2 of them, I think, for 20 bucks or something. That's noclogger.com. Go check them out today. David said, okay, you guys are talking back and forth. Who's going to call? Clogbusters. Who are you going to call? Clogbusters. Yes. The No Clogger. That's who you're going to call. You're going to call the No Clogger. Tim's got one. I've got one. And I don't know if Tim has had to use his yet, but even if you don't use it, it's a good tool to have in your arsenal. Better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. That's my philosophy for the day. Well, it's 3:02. We should wrap things up. Again, I want to thank all of the sponsors of this show, or not of this show, but of our build. Let me go back to that. Let me put the ticker up. We got LDO Motors, BQ, Big Tree 3D, E3D, Fadis, 3D Lab Tech, KB3D, Keene Village Plastics, DeWitt 3D Canada, and Build It Basement. All you guys have done a great job and helping me get that machine done. I can't thank you guys enough. Lineo. I want to thank them as well because they supplied the wiring harness. Took me a couple of tries to figure out how it was connecting. Hey, B-Roll, thank you very much. Howdy from Calgary. When is the fair? Would love to meet you guys all there. B-Roll, we are going to be at the fair May 13th and 14th. That's Mother's Day weekend right here in Calgary next week. Renee Wilson, thank you very much. Wow, you guys are doing, I was not expecting any super chats today, but thank you very much. With Renee in with a super sticker. That's very cool. Had fun on today, Richard. Well, you're welcome. I heard on the radio you guys got some fires happening up there. We do have a few fires. We will stay safe, and they're not near us at the moment, so we're going to do okay. But that being said, I want to thank you guys for coming by today, all my friends and those guys that I hang out with pretty regularly. I'm going to head over to the Discord. You can meet me over there. I'll be in the lounge, and we can BS over there a little bit if you want, and talk a little bit about 3D printing, what's going on in your world. And until I see you guys next time, remember that the first layer is always your foundation to a great print. Until I see you guys next time.